guys, welcome to Brian's Man Cave. So today I'm going to be playing a Commodore 64 game that I remember playing quite a long time ago actually. And this is one of those games where I remember seeing it on the shelf. You usually when you looked at the box, you went by the artwork, you went by the game on the back, and even though you never heard of the game, it just looked cool, so you bought it. And these were like Commodore 64 games. At the time, a lot of these were fairly affordable. Like they were not expensive games. And so I picked this one up. I remember I don't have it. Unfortunately, I don't have it anymore. When I sold off my Commodore 64 when I was younger, because the disk drive stopped working, and I couldn't afford to keep repairing it. So I ended up just getting rid of it. And the person that bought it, the store that bought it, actually would only take games that actually were purchased. So this was one of them. So I don't have the disc anymore, so I'm going to have to emulate it, but that's okay. I just want to play the game again. So this is Phantom of the Asteroid. I just love the artwork on this is the artwork that comes up when you're loading the game, and I just love that dude just like blowing off the face of that alien guy. The other alien's kind of pointing at him like, yo, you're killing my friend. And I don't know. Let's get into this. So it's been a while. I have to say it's been a while. So I'm not going to be the best at this game. I don't expect to be the best at this game. So let's unpause it and get this game going. Now I don't think that these options were available when I downloaded. I think this is part of the crack that's on there. When they crack the game and all that stuff. So it allows you to have unlimited fuel, energy, and all that other stuff. That's not the way the game was originally played, so let's just play it the way it originally was. As you can see, it's got some kind of funky music. But there's that Mastertronic logo. They made quite a few cool games back then, actually. I think I've already covered one or two games from them on my channel. Phantom of the Asteroids by Martin Ellis, 1985. Music by Ron Hubbard. That's not the Scientology guy, is it? No, I think that was L. Ron Hubbard. Anyways, alright, let's get to the game. That might make sense, though. It's a space game. So, there's some elements to some games that this is very familiar to, like, for instance, Hero. You're that guy in the jetpack flying around. You can shoot things. You can't drop bombs in this like in Hero. You just got that little dot that shoots. Now, from what I remember, you have to like kind of navigate through this little, these little asteroid areas, and you have to look for these little pads to open up these laser beam things. And so you never know which one's going to open up what until you land on it. So you can see that one's blinking, so I can go through there. Now the enemies in this game are kind of funny looking. Another game that this reminds me of is Secret Quest on the Atari 2600. There's a lot of like similarities to this. Now, of course, the scrolling of the screen is a little more advanced, but that's to be expected. I mean, on the Atari 2600, they wouldn't have been able to pull this off. This is more of a, Commodore 64 type of game, right? Like, it had much more power. Okay, so you see, I can't go past that purple thing, because that'll kill me, so I have to look for something to open that. It's neat that it has that musical soundtrack. I don't know. Sometimes I kind of think that it's a little unnecessary to have constant music throughout a game, especially like this, but, lots of games do have it. Even Super Mario Brothers, Okay, there's this big beam thing here. I don't know when it's going to Okay, there it is. So let's just drop down. Oh. So there's these, guess I can't pick that up. I don't know. So you got fuel, you got energy, and oxygen. Again, just like Secret Quest on the Atari 2600. There's a lot of similarities, It has the oxygen and all that. Only in Secret Quest, you're not really shooting like that. Well, I guess you're not. Like, the weapons are a little bit different. Let's keep going. Okay. Did I go that way? I can't remember. This was always my problem with this game. I get lost fairly quickly. I'm not good at remembering where I came from. It's actually a problem with me in real life. I'm directionally challenged. I'm one of those people that admits it. I don't pretend I know where I'm going half the time. Even if it's going straight, I get lost. Oh, okay. I think I've been here before, so I'm gonna go back up. Obviously, the more you're using your jetpack, the more energy you're using. So this guy can actually run out. Oh, I don't think that's a good thing. That reminds me of something off of the Simpsons, I think it was the Simpsons Nintendo game. The aliens on the head look like that. This guy looks a little bit chubby. I don't know, maybe it's his astronaut suit. I don't know. Whoa, I almost died. Let's go down here. Oh! But yeah, I do see some similarities between this. Also, some of the other Mastertronic games, like the Non-Terraquays game, or whatever it's called, that I did a gameplay on that one as well. See, I don't know what this pad did. Like, when you land on it, it's not completely evident as to what it did. I mean, these things here. I don't know. Oh well. Let's just keep going on. From what I remember, this game is pretty big. There's a lot of places you can go. Oh no! Wow. That was the death of the century. Game over. Oh man. Pretty funky music though, I mean, for what it is. I have to listen to the whole song? I guess I do. It sounds like, it kind of reminds me of those movies from like the 1970s. Like Logan's Run and you know, things like that, where it was like took place in the future with space kind of things going on, and they thought, you know, this was going to be the future. All these funky sounds and this jelly thing chasing me. I guess, you know, much like any other game, when you play it enough, you start to learn the layout. I probably did know this layout when I was younger. I probably did play this a lot more, and so I was a little bit more used to where I was going and where not to go. Okay, I think those are bad things, so I'm not going to go up there. Let's go this way. I mean, controlling this guy is fairly simple. Oh, jeez. I almost lost my head there. You have to be careful. But yeah, controlling this guy is pretty easy. I mean, it's not anything weird. You can definitely feel the way the gravity works in this game. You let go of the jetpack thing, he immediately starts to fall. And it's not like any weird controls. It's not like left is right, right is left, just like in things like Jupiter Lander or some of those other Moonlander style games where you kind of have to like learn how to maneuver the character. Okay, so that's a solid door there. See, that's what I was saying. Some of these solid doors, the way you open it is you gotta find those pads, which means you have to do a lot of searching. Oh, what's that? Oh, no! No, no, no! Ah, oh, blown up already. Game over. And that's interesting, too. Having one life, you know, I'm so used to games having at least 3 lives, right? You know, even Pac-Man had, like, 3 lives. Like, this is... and then you gotta wait for this whole thing to go through. And then, yeah, all that funky music. Okay, oh, I see. Okay, so those, the oxygen and the energy. Yeah, I guess I should have been looking at those symbols down there. Those are, I guess, what refill you. So let's try this again. Like I said, I actually haven't really played this in a long time, so it's kind of fun coming back to these games. Yeah, that thing right there. So it says the picture down there is oxygen. So I guess when you stand over it, it replenishes your oxygen or something. Let's find out. Yeah, that's exactly what's going on there. So when I stand over top of it, it refills my oxygen. Alright, good to know. I don't know if I want to go down. Like I said, this is a pretty big world, so lots to explore. Unfortunately, the color scheme is a little bit boring. You know, it's gray and white. But that's kind of what you would expect if you were in some kind of like space area. I guess these guys, they like diminish your energy and stuff. So let's look for those symbols. So the fuel is that kind of like red and gray bar square thing. So when I land on that, I refuel. That funky glowing oval thing. Yeah, like that. That's fuel right there. So I go here, I refuel. One thing I'm still trying to figure out is what that grid is on the side there. If you look down at the bottom right, there's a grid. Maybe when I find things that'll fill in and stuff. Whoa. Oh, funky dude is following me. Those creatures look really like some kind of creepy Pokemon style weirdness. Now obviously this game came out way before Pokemon, so there's no way it was inspired by that. So there's a fire there. I guess I can't touch that. That would probably kill me. Seeing as how everything just kills you in this game. There's a spike there. Okay, so that needs to be opened. Whoa. I think I have to go back to whoop. Okay, is that gonna open? Okay. That's the other thing. You have to remember that some of them they blink on and off, and some of them are just solid. So you gotta figure that out. One thing I can say that's different about this and say Hero is with Hero, his jetpack, there's a delay. There's no delay. So the moment you push up, he starts going up. In Hero, when you push up, there's a slight delay before he actually takes a lift off. Like his helicopter thing has to spin a little bit before he takes off. The weird thing is the scoring. I'm seeing the scoring is going up, and I'm not really doing anything. So you're just scoring points just for being alive, which is a little bit weird. Like, oh, you lasted this long, you get this amount of score. Perhaps if I'm shooting things, I get a little bit of a score boost. Yeah, I do. Right now, my concentration is figuring out where to go with these landing pads and stuff. Now this is annoying. I'm trying to like refuel my oxygen, but these things keep appearing and interrupting me. Which means I have to constantly turn around. And I'm noticing when I turn around, he has to walk forward. Like I can't just turn him around. Oh, maybe if I just tap it, maybe that'll work. He seems to want to walk forward, and then he walks off of the oxygen tank thingy. Okay, there we go. So we got some oxygen. Was this opening or not? No, it's not opening. Oh, jeez. I'm already lost again. You know, this is one of those games, too, where I bet you having a piece of paper and a pen beside you to map out where the heck you're going probably comes in handy, unless you got a better memory than me. Oh, my energy is running out. My energy. I need energy. Where am I gonna find energy? Go away. Shoo. Shoo! Shoo! Uh-oh. I remember seeing an energy thing somewhere. Where the heck was it? Whoa. Came really close to touching that bar. I do remember seeing one. Is it down here somewhere? Oh, jeez! Oh, it's right there, too! It was right there! Unbelievable! Ah! But yeah, I mean... This is actually a pretty fun game, you know? This would be one of those games where it'd be fun to kind of maybe do a live stream on one day, and I could just keep playing it and playing it and playing it. Maybe I'll start to remember where everything is. But anyways, yeah, this is Phantoms of the Asteroid, 1985, Mastertronic. Cool game. And like I said, I do remember seeing the box. I do remember flipping it around, and that was how I always chose my games. It was based on the artwork, based on the game on the back. And, you know, sometimes you take a stab in the dark. You never know. The game could suck. But, you know, Commodore 64, I had tons and tons of games anyway, so if one sucked, I played another one. You know, it didn't really matter. It didn't cost me like $80 to buy a game back then. Anyways, hope you liked the video. Let me know what you think of Phantom of the Asteroids, if you played it. And if you haven't, maybe give it a try. I mean, there's the C64 Mini you can get, where you can actually put ROMs onto it. There's going to be another one coming out. Or you can just do what I do, go on the PC and get the emulator and play it there. Anyways, hope you liked the video. Let me know what you think of Phantom of the Asteroids. Put some comments down below. Hope you subscribe. Talk to you later.